The rest of the squad is just not looking good.
It's looking pretty bad in terms of eliminations, and the reason why the eliminations are so low is look at their survival time. They're not even breaching the 20, and some of the players not even the 18-minute mark, which is not good in a lobby of this caliber if you want to be contending for that, let's say, top 5 situation right now. So 𝘿𝙗𝙎, even looking back on this game, they should have pushed up onto, I think it was 𝘿𝙗𝙎's compound, but they got very idle because the thing is, compared to the group stage where some teams might do mistakes and you might be able to weasel your way in, here you have to take fights head on if you want to have a chance to get very late into those games, get those placement points. 𝘿𝙗𝙎, in a lobby like this, you cannot be hesitant. We've seen in your group stage, you have that raw fragging power from 𝑠power, from Admino, even 𝘿𝙗𝙎, and Manya is a great IGL, but you need to utilize it and take your chances.
Yeah, what I've noticed is Manya is making like these sort of scouting power plays, but the rest of the team is not supporting him, which they're getting caught out. So, I mean, it's surprising to sort of see that level that they're at right now, because Manya is making incredible decisions, but it looks like a few other sort of on the team are just kind of tunnel visioning into the wrong direction, and then that's when they're getting caught in.
Yeah, I think also one thing that we really need to think about, or they need to think about, is it seems like they keep going for positions that put them in a position to have to fight teams head on, and they're not succeeding in winning those fights. So if you want to make sure that you're actually going to get a position and be in there in the late game, you know, if you know that you're not really fragging out against these squads in the finals, then stop putting yourself in these tight positions in between teams that mean you have to frag your way out of them. Play a little bit more like Vitality, the way that they're on the edge. Enigma Galaxy as well, they're on the edge. They try to just wait out other teams, take a fight here or there, but just survive and keep their players for later.
Survive. That's the name of the game, all right? Just survive. It's so easy. Why don't you do it, 𝘿𝙗𝙎? Actually, I believe they'll be able to turn it around. It is their first time here in the finals international event for a lot of its players. 𝑠power, I'm still proud of you, brother. You're still putting up the numbers, and I think you're going to do even more as the day goes on, as the days do end up going on. But for right now, let's send it over to none other than the stylish man, Blank, and our special reporter, Kalaris.
Yes, the stylish man and the short man. I get it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We've got ourselves Mr. Blank here to talk about everything.
Oh, you're my
that's been going
special
on.
little reporter, aren't you?
Right, yeah. I'll try my very best to rise to the occasion.
My special little man here on the stage here.
Shut up and go away. All right, we've got 𝘿𝙗𝙎 to talk about as well, of course, as they have looked stellar in terms of their positioning and how they've been playing these games out, Blank.
Yeah, they have been really, really good. I'm so sorry. I do love you, bro. But honestly, there has been moments where the decision-making has been fantastic. I think that the way that they are speedily going to sometimes their demise is actually astonishingly good, right? Because I think me and Jackie were talking about this. I don't know if you'd agree, but there are times where they'll make what feels like the best decision in a bad moment, right? Where a lot of teams would just stand by and probably get naded and be like, oh, it's over.
Well, Circles haven't been kind to them, so they've been able to kind of fight against some of that adversity. And I think that when you watched as QZZ was able to get MVPs on international stages this year alone, I think a lot of people, including Max and some pundits, etc., wanted extra people to be able to step up to the plate alongside him.
Sure.
𝘿𝙗𝙎's been able to do that like twofold, which has been really phenomenal to watch so far.
Oh, 𝘿𝙗𝙎's been amazing. 𝘿𝙗𝙎's been really, really good. It's fantastic to see. I mean, you were talking about it was FMVP for PMI, where he was able to get 39 eliminations over 7,000 damage for QZZ. But yeah, they have balanced the load in a big way. I think it's a really, really nice thing as well seeing A-King, because it very much reminds me the way that Alpha 7 used to play. They're not playing now.
Ignore that bit.
Ignore that bit. Let's just put that to the side for the time being. But yeah, A-King's kind of like the Revo of the team. He plays forward, he plays shotgun for the team. 𝘿𝙗𝙎's just very good in those clutch moments. And yeah, the load is spread out very, very evenly across the squad. Eagle is also a great survivalist. I think they have all the tools necessary to actually honestly win this at this point.
As you're talking, you're getting further away. Come back. It's fine. No. Okay,
where's my box?
The thing is that I think when you look at 𝘿𝙗𝙎's performance so far, and we can wrap it up on this and move on to our next team, is that double chicken dinner that they got at the start of survival stage, huge revitalization for them to be able to get themselves back on the road again and actually push to be able to find themselves in this state that they're in right now. What do you think?
Yeah, very, very good. I do think that that's what they needed, because the confidence came through. Every time I look down at 𝘿𝙗𝙎 on the stage, right, it's very...
I like 𝘿𝙗𝙎.
I do like 𝘿𝙗𝙎. It's very heartwarming because there's... I like it when players are enjoying themselves, and 𝘿𝙗𝙎 definitely enjoys himself. He's one of the smiliest guys I've seen. 𝑞𝑍𝑍 is a little bit more serious, I would say, other than the winning moments where, you know, he almost breaks his fingers on the high fives. That was funny. But I do think that for 𝘿𝙗𝙎, it's just nice to see a guy who's so good at the game, but also very much is passionate and enjoys his time in it. And he should be, because he's having an unreal run.
All right, let's move on to another team then, as we have 𝘿𝙗𝙗, who has looked, I would say, towards some of these latest moments, pretty good as well. Obviously, they qualified off the back of having that last game survival win, which was extremely important for their campaign as a whole. And they are one of the teams that a lot of people thought was going to be able to attain those top spots. Right now, their space control is looking good, especially in this last game.
Yes, very much so. I mean, I'm one of those believers. I'm an 𝘿𝙗𝙗 believer.
Okay,
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that Eren is one of my favorite players. 𝘿𝑄𝑍 also from way back when, MVP in PMPL Season 1 Spring.
He's not quite as old as me, but he is pretty
old.
He goes way back.
He's old, yeah, but he's still got it in him. He's got the grizzled beard, he's a grizzled warrior, but he looks good. And I think that for 𝘿𝙗𝙗, though, that last game was fantastic for me in particular, because we were talking about it backstage, right? And I said, if 𝘿𝙗𝙗 wins this game, I want to talk about them. But it was nice for me to be in like stage 6 and really believe in 𝘿𝙗𝙗 to actually win the game that they should be winning if they make the necessary movements, which was to take out 𝑇iAMBA and slowly corral the rest of the squad. So the fact that they did one, kind of a prideful moment for me, because I was like, get in, lads. This is fine. You've got it.
And you liked your prediction.
I did, yeah. Also, I was quite chuffed about myself. Yes, that is right. Okay, 50-50.
Yeah, okay.
Great job, lads. Great job, me.
I think as well, you know, controlling that compound, it actually has great lines of sight on the south side. Any vulnerability normally comes from the north, which actually didn't really exist in that game due to the way the circles were shifting. So they had to turn all their attention to the east as the next main threat. And I think you're right, they prioritize those threats very well from a compound like that. So good stuff by 𝘿𝙗𝙗 so far. And let's turn our attention as well to 𝑒Arena, who has looked... It's funny because I'm a little bit conflicted by what 𝑒Arena's been putting up so far. Because even in this last game, I really appreciate the wide wraps that they're doing, but Forthrive's had like almost zero opportunity to be able to react to the snowball coming down the hill and, you know, crushing them all. It was tough.
It was tough. I mean, 𝑒Arena is just a strange team right now where I'm not sure if they're really good at the game or very lucky, which even they, I don't think, are very sure about this point in time. I remember a time when Schweppes, you know, was sweeping aside the competition, but again, I think 𝑒Arena just hasn't quite hit that full stride yet, but they do have the massive potential, 𝘿𝙗𝙗.
He's been able to win twice on the stage in the past with Schweppes, with, of course, Vampire in the past. But anyway, thank you very much, Blank, for joining me here down on the stage. It is time to head on over to 𝘿𝙗𝙗 with an update.
Because there's a lot going on in chess today, and a lot of it is very CC heavy. So talk us through what's been going on.
So currently the game going on behind us at the moment is Magnus Carlsen, the tournament favourite, playing for Team Liquid against Nihal Sarin for 𝑠8ul.
Okay.
So pretty big game, mainly for Team Liquid. You know, 𝑠8ul have popped up across a few games, but not really near the top of the leaderboard. So Team Liquid, I'm not going to pretend like they're near the top at the moment either, to be honest with you.
Fair.
They're probably lower down than 𝑠8ul at the moment, but they're expected to get a win here this weekend, considering Magnus Carlsen being the chess player that he is. And he is up 2-0 at the moment as well. So even if he gets one more draw through the next 2 games, he'll be progressing to the semi-finals. Earlier today, we had the first quarterfinal, which was Denis Lazovic playing against the Na'Vi representative, and he managed to get a win. So that's huge for AGL as well, considering they're trying to keep the top of this leaderboard. They pretty much need to outperform Falcons, which in itself, you know, it sounds kind of doable, but then you realize they've got 2 players. One of them's already progressed through, and Alireza Firouzja's kind of playing now and beating his opponent as well.
Okay.
So Hikaru Nakamura already through to the semi-finals, which lines up a Hikaru Nakamura versus Denis Lazovic, AGL versus Falcons in the semi-final.
I mean, to be fair, Denis was trying to almost preempt the win. He was practicing putting the key into the trophy yesterday. So, you know, maybe that's a good omen?
I mean, the thing is, he was literally putting his opponent's key that he'd beaten in the winning trophy. So it wasn't even his own key. He was like knocking someone out and then putting them on a pedestal straight away. But yeah, it's been a good one over here in chess. You know, there's so many club championship storylines that kind of lay on chess at the moment, considering, you know, AGL have been knocked out of PUBG Mobile, have been knocked out of several other competitions as well. So Team Falcons have to be outperformed by AGL if AGL want to keep that top spot. But then again, Falcons are in Rocket League as well. So they've kind of in a great position to go far in the club championship this week.
And of course, already have managed to secure some points being in the top 4. So it's going to be a very close race is what we're hearing right now. And chess is going to be a big impact on just how close that race for the leaderboard is. We actually have way more matches coming up on the rest of the day. So as we have some more updates, we'll check back in with you, Trev. For now, we're going to say goodbye.
Shout out to the amazing Glitter Explosion and the amazing Trav as well for the Club Championship update. But now going back to PUBG Mobile's esports here at PMWC at 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 26, we got to talk about HORAA. I would love to see HORAA player stats because there is one player in particular that you're not happy with his performance. You're over here like George St. Pierre, Max. You're like, I'm not happy with your performance. Ooh. That's exactly what it sounds like because for this squad, I mean, they were able to start off hot, but they're just going to keep going down that leaderboard.
Yeah, it's not even just Doc, actually. I feel like I kind of want to see more from Rufus as well. That has kind of like been underperforming a little bit. Even 𝘿𝙄𝙎. 𝘿𝙄𝙎, I can give him a pass because he had some incredible grenades early on Rondo. So sure, maybe it doesn't showcase itself in the stats, but in general, I feel like 𝘿𝙎𝙎 has definitely also been pulling his weight. But top, it's been the top show. Getting almost 3 average eliminations per game is crazy in a lobby of this caliber. But it's not enough when only one player's putting up those numbers, 𝘿𝙎𝙎. Doc, Rufus, again, 𝘿𝙎𝙎 get a pass, but Doc and Rufus, I want to see those guys doing well here in these coming Miramars.
Oh, absolutely. We know they can offer so much more than they are right now. I also want to give Rufus a half pass as well, because similarly to 𝘿𝙎𝙎, we did see Rufus have some really cool information scouting off angles, like way across certain areas of the zone, really trying possible versus team. So in that regard, yeah, I do feel like he's kind of pulling his weight a little bit. But yes, overall, I do agree with you, Max, that all of them need to really be stepping up to the plate here. 4th place is okay. It's not far back.
That leaderboard, your prediction is correct.
Oh, it's complicated exactly to pinpoint what's going on with
Tell
Team
us,
Flash.
Max.
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot right now. I didn't prepare a segment for this. But, no, Team Flash, I feel like...
You thrive on this.
There was one fight that was versus 4 Thrives that I find interesting. That was actually the one that happened last game that eventually was won by 𝘿𝙄𝙎. And I feel like what happened with Team Flash, they got caught off guard and they didn't find a good way to get themselves back up on their 2 feet and get ready for the fight, which under pressure, that is what you need to be able to do. Flash is a great team, right? If they take a fight they're ready for, when they're not ready for it, they just tend to crumble a little bit. Yeah. So I don't think it's a gameplay issue per se. I feel like it's more of a mindset issue that Flash need to try and resolve.
Yes, we're looking at the second page here. I'm also going to be looking at HORAA Esports, 𝘿𝙄𝙎. This squad, I mean, they have the fan base here. They have the support from the fans. But right now, in the second page, knowing HORAA Esports, they're not going to be happy with this performance.
No, they're not. And I think it's a bit of an odd one, right? Because I think it's hard to say, like Max, right? It's hard to pinpoint what exactly is going on with them. But typically, this is a team that likes to play edge, likes to survive, likes to wait until the last few phases of the game to really start spreading out and taking third-party opportunities. They're very good at those third parties, and we're just not seeing that from them. They try sort of half-heartedly making good on some of these plays, but they get overthrown very, very quickly by these more aggressive players and more aggressive teams, and so they just seem to be a little bit too passive. I know HORAA tends to be called passive a little bit more, but this is not a passive team when it comes to those fights, and except for today, it just kind of feels like that's what they're the name that they're living up to, unfortunately.
I mean, it's an incredible start from them, though, from the first couple of matches. So, like, obviously, we talk about teams that sort of start out strong, start out weak. I think they started out incredibly strong, but it seems like, obviously, coming into these later matches and everybody's reading the zones a little bit better in these positionings, they are getting caught out on that. So I do agree with you in that sense. But look, it's just kind of that balance of mentality that they're sort of struggling later in these matches, but I feel like even though it's just today, I feel like tomorrow it's going to be like a little bit of a different scene from them in the start. I do believe so. I do believe they have it. They got the fans to back them up, of course. I'm backing them up. Maybe not for the rest of today, but tomorrow.
I was about to say, you're giving them a break until tomorrow. No, these fans, I want to see it. They want to see it coming up in Miramar.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, right, is that, okay, if you only had like your typical rule set, sure, fair enough. You can have one day off. We got Smash ruling. You might just have only 2 games there on that day 3, and you just don't know how it's going to go. If it happens like it happened in the Macau Invitational, boy, oh boy, that was crazy. We had 5 teams in the Smash zone at the same time. Eventually, Nongshim Red Force did get the win, stealing it away from 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄, but Smash ruling in play, you just don't know how long you really have, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄, so you got to make the most out of the games you're currently playing, because otherwise that gap, it might be impossible to come back from in that final day.
Oh, exactly. And there's your point brings up 2 teams to mind for me. The first one we've already talked about, HORAA. I said that they typically are a day 3 team, which makes things very complicated when you get to that Smash ruling. Exactly. What day 3, right? The other one is for Thrives, because again, they do very well, typically, very well on day 1, because day 2, they tend to dip. The momentum just drops significantly, and then they can bring it back up on day 3. Again, what day 3? We could very well have a scenario where day 3 is really non-existent. So for those 2 teams in particular, that's really scary thought.
Yeah, day 3 will still happen, but depending on how the leaderboard is looking, and depending on what other teams end up doing, we could end up just seeing 2 games because Smash Rule is in effect. So just to remind everybody, the way that ends up working out is when we end up going to Smash Rule on the last day, whoever's in first place on the previous day, you get plus 10 points if I'm not mistaken, and then that becomes what we like to call the Smash Zone. Once a team is able to pass that threshold, in the next game, if they do end up winning, or whichever game after that, if they do end up winning, they would end up winning via Smash Win. This is something that you were especially hitting on just now, Max, because it could come into play if a team is too far ahead. I mean, especially with Rondo starting off as well, it could be an easy 10 point for that squad, and later on, we can see teams just readjusting their playing style because all they have to do is just win, baby.
But it also adds so much pressure.
Yes.
Right? We do have to highlight it. I mean, I want to take you guys back to PMGO Season 1, Jakarta, right, in Indonesia. 4 Thrives, what was it, 50+ point lead after day 1? Like something crazy like that. They just destroyed everyone in those 6 games. And then comes over day 2. They're like, oh, wait a minute. We try and get into the Smash Zone. They get in the Smash Zone very early. Pressure gets to them. Ulf is like, oh, you're crumbling. You're having a bad time. And they catch back up to that team and almost take it away in that last Miramar. But luckily enough, 4 Thrives do maintain that top position. But the Smash ruling is a blessing and a curse based on how you approach it, and for 4 Thrives, I am scared if they do get into the Smash room once again, how are they going to perform? Because back in that last event, it was looking shaky. They can't afford to shake up badly here back-to-back.
Yeah, that team, they ended up pretty much just showing us what we have seen in the past with 4 Thrives, which is the biggest question mark, and that is the mental state of the players, because when things don't end up going their way, they do end up getting into their mind. Yeah. For them, being able to be champions, though, for 4 Thrives is going to be looking different. For a team that's wanting to become champions, none other than Enigma Galaxy, they have had a great start here today, but I know Jackie got a chance to talk to them.
Hello everyone, Jackie Powers here, live from PMWC at Esports World Cup, and I'm joined by the legend himself, Ralph, from, of course, now, buddy, I got to get in there and ask. The pop-off moment, 𝘿𝙎's been hot-dropping you every game. It feels like every time we're in Erangel, they're willing to sacrifice their own points to target your team. What's going through your mind in these moments, and what was that like, kind of asserting the dominance of we keep winning this, and I'm going to prove it, standing up on the stage?
I mean, 𝘿𝙎 knows we've been landing in Pushinki, me personally, for 7 years now. So they want to challenge us. They want to prove themselves as a new team. But they know we want change and they know we're better than them. So just a waste of time for them. They're just giving us 3 points. First match, they were scared to fight and they ran away. The other 2 matches, we fight them, we push them, and we just kill them easily. So, yeah, that's why I pop off, because it doesn't make sense.
Oh, exactly. I mean, we kind of mirrored that on the cast in the moment, thinking it's doing more damage to them than it is you guys in these moments. Obviously, let's talk a little bit more on a positive term. It's been pretty good for you guys so far in finals. It feels like the comms right now on the team are really clean as well. Do you think this is going to be Enigma winner? You're looking to take the trophy home this year?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we're prepared more than ever to win the trophy. We're trying our best. Everything is going our way for now. It's a good start, but the tournament is still long, so we keep it up, keep the momentum, and try to grab that trophy.
There you go. Respectful as always, with some brilliant takes. Always lovely to chat to Ralph. There you go. Enigma Galaxy. Let's see if they can do it.
see the Key Crusher on stage, I think, yeah, that's cool, but it could be cooler.
Yeah, baby, all the way! Oh, hell yeah!
That's why I found a crusher of my own. Through totally legal means. Ah! Now let's crush this watermelon. That's how esports should be done. So this nerd. Yeah. For T1. Okay, France was stronger than I thought. Don't need soap when you're in esports. Squeaky clean. Can of beans. Ah! Ah! Can of cola. Esports! What time is it? Time to go.
I love seeing that. I love seeing them just crashing other stuff, you know? What's one thing, Lace, what's one thing that if you had the power to crush it, you would end up crushing? Besides Max Man's hopes for Team Flash.
Damn it. No.
Why?
No, I think, you know what? 7. You.
Oh! Wait, what?
I've got to take the shade off of Max at some point, and I need someone to pick on, and I just was kind of looking in your direction, and yeah.
How would you do that, though? What's like...
We don't need to go into details.
No,
Max,
no.
what would you be crushing?
7 also. What would I be crushing? You know
Who
what?
would I be crushing?
Who would I be crushing? No. Ooh, can we do Niptra first? I don't know.
No, don't do me. I don't know.
On the spot. Come on.
Come on.
I would be crushing the key of 𝘿𝙄𝙎 because they're making me very angry. I would take it like this, and it would not. The tournament would not even end, and I would just take it and crush it and turn it into a paste and squash it under my feet. So I don't know. I really don't like the hot drop, as you can tell. Probably, I don't like it. It's not fun.
How about you?
He's looking at me. I can see him on the monitor. He's looking at me very intensely. Is 7, and I don't have an answer.
Oh, you're gonna have to find one.
You know what?
You have to pick something.
Oh no! Don't put it on me. This is
Yes,
bullying.
keep it.
This is bullying.
Come on.
What's it gonna be?
Instagram DMs.
Actually,
gonna be
that's a
crushing
good
that?
answer. That's a good answer, actually. Yeah.
She's just gonna be printing them out and then just crushing them. Mine, I would want to see how long it takes to crush the level 3 helmet for PUBG Mobile. That would be 6. I go, you know what? For next PMWC, how about we crush that?
Let's
We'd
do
love to end up seeing that. Or maybe one of the
Squeaky chicken.
No. The what?
Squeaky chicken. Crush that and see what happens.
Jeez, come down there in Farmville. As we're going to be going into Miramar, one thing that we've been noticing, oh my gosh, talking about Miramar, perfect time too, as we're seeing some of the bloopers that we have had so far at PMWC. Aurora with this one, that one hurt to see. But this was, honestly, ended up working out for EA, especially because they jumped at the same time.
Yeah, it did. That was the only redeeming quality, but otherwise it was a sticky situation that they had to get themselves out of. So yeah, GG on that one, but yeah.
Did they hit the light post?
A little bit.
You say they got the light knocked out of it.
That one, oh, that was my favorite one so far,
That's
Max.
so good.
You know how hard it is to do that? It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot replicate that. Also, 𝘿𝙎𝙎, when he was going over with a glider, he was actively getting shot at, by the way. Can't see all of the shots connecting, but some of them do. And before he explodes, he jumps out. That's some James Bond stuff right there in PUBG Mobile, and he makes it onto the tower. And actually, that position was really big for Nongshim Red Force in that game. I wish they got something similar in the finals, though. but it's not been the case so far.
Oh,
This
this
is
one
me.
stinks. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
stinks. Just because they're not here anymore. You can even see it with Blank when he brought up Alpha 7. I was like, ooh.
Oh, never
The reigning
mind.
champ is the PFGC, not in the finals of PMWC.
That's like, ooh, maybe not. HORAA. Oh, we love self-nading in this household. It's just so much fun, and it's dumb. But here we go. You do have it occasionally. Here we go, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾. I mean, and it's, any team can do it. We had A7, we've had HORAA, 721 GS now.
Sometimes you're just such a powerful player that you need to be humble and eliminate yourself from the competition. God damn, we have some humble PUBG Mobile players.
We do. Oh,
It's like what we do, Max. It's pretty much this is exactly the playing style when we end up playing. We're just so good at the game that we had to give the other teams a chance, give the other players a chance. We're like, okay, time to nade ourselves.
You have to intentionally throw sometimes. If you want to give other people, the noobs, a chance, unlike us, they need to be given an opportunity at redemption in these games and get those chicken dinners, because otherwise they're just not going to get anything done. So yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and as we're going to be going into Miramar, we're still waiting for the matches to be ready here. That's why there's been a bit of a delay. As we're going to be going into Miramar, there is some drops that we've been kind of keeping an eye on, especially for 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾 and HORAA, and you can see Max just starting to get even more and more red. I love how the shade just went from like your regular color to now starting to get a little bit more red with this hot drops. But the thing is, with 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾, one thing that they have adjusted, Lace, is with 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾, they haven't hot dropped before. They did hot drop at the start of the tournament, but they realized it wasn't going to be going their way, and they stopped hot dropping.
I mean, they make these decisions based off of, I guess, all their play styles from previous matches. I like the fact that they're trying to make different decisions to see what can benefit them. Obviously, they need to capitalize on more eliminations, so seeing hot drops come out of them is better, but also they do have the power and the great positioning to go into these final circles. So when we bring into Smash Rule, and if obviously they can catch up that leaderboard in eliminations, this is a team that can finalize it and break it out by getting that win at the end of the day. So even though their eliminations are slow now, say we come into tomorrow, they can capitalize on these eliminations, moving on up the leaderboard, they are a team that will be able to hit the Smash Rule because they can capitalize on the wins. What are you guys doing?
I believe so. I think they could put themselves into that position, and we're just showing our support here. We're looking at some of the teams that we ended up predicted, and for everybody currently watching at home, for everybody here in the arena as well, don't forget that you can go into the EWC Play app and put in your predictions. Turn in with just scan that real quick right here. Just go ahead and scan it and see what teams you're going to be selecting. I ended up selecting HORAA being in the top 3. This is the first time in a long time that I haven't picked them to win.
That's fair. I think that is fair. I wish they would win, but they're not. The way it's going, at least it doesn't look insanely likely unless they have a massive comeback in the next couple of days. But 4Thrives, also a team that needs to step up because, look, I've been supporting you guys for ages and ages. And you won PMGO, and I want you to have a back-to-back. I know you can do it. Do it.
Yeah,
ages. So many ages.
Oh wait, this is 4Thrives. I thought I was HORAA. I can't touch that. Okay, I thought I was HORAA. I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought.
Bad. No.
I love that Itsura just kicks it too. She doesn't even try to pick it up.
Okay, yeah, I can't
like,
touch any 4Thrives merchandise. Okay, I need to.
By the way, huge shout out to Jackie, because while we're waiting for the game to start here, Jackie has been running around getting some interviews, and I think she was able to get another interview with maybe a fan this time.
We're still roaming around talking to the fans. We're going to see what sort of teams people are enjoying over here and who they think's going to win. Excuse me, buddy. Who do you think's going to win the event?
𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾, I think it's a win.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's go. Big up for Ulf.
Let's go, Ulf.
What about you, brother?
Hey.
Ulf. All right, hell yeah. So we got some old fans in the house. Thank you, boys. Let's roam in a bit. Hey guys, 4Thrives. Hey, okay, there we go. Got some 4Thrives fans in the house. Who's your favorite player on 4Thrives?
Of course, all, but I will go with 𝘿𝙗𝙎𝘾 and 𝘿𝙗𝙎.
Okay.
Yeah, but
there's been a lot of fans for 𝘿𝙗𝙎. What do you think it is? Is it how he plays the game or just his personality? What do you like about him?
how is it played? He's an aggressive player, so and personality as well. Yeah, so yeah.
What about all 4Thrives here in terms of thinking they're going to win it? You a big fan of 4Thrives?
Yeah, we are especially came from Pakistan to support them. We
are here for our team and we love them all. They represent our country and represent us. So we are here to support them.
Have you guys been getting loud throughout the event as well, giving them your energy, I imagine? That I've been hearing a lot of 4-5 cheers. That coming from you guys?
Yeah, that's definitely us. We are here to support our team, to cheer them.
Good luck with the event. Fingers crossed for 4-5. They've been looking great. I'm going to roam on, see what else we got. Enjoy the show. What we got going on down here? Hello, brother. How you doing? Yeah? Who do you think's going to win the event?
Okay, particularly I can't say anything for the first day because it's going to be a tough competition. It's the PWC man all over the world. Everyone is competitive in this game. So let's wait till tomorrow so then I can say who can win. I know the game, I know how the game works. So let's just wait patiently. First day is a good day for everyone. Let's hope my team win. HORAA.
But you want to see HORAA win. If they're gonna, you'd love to see a big HORAA victory.
Yeah. I love to see that, but still, I say no disrespect to any team, but I want my team to win. That's the motive of champions.
There you go. We're looking for a HORAA win over this side. Let's go find out what's going on in the other sides of the arena.
𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾, I need you to cover the STC arena today.
Ooh, it's gonna be tough.
Why?
Because I have no interest in doing that.
Come on, we need you over there.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go to the beach just really quick, and if the games are still going on by the time I get back, I'll say a couple words.
The beach is 5 hours from here.
I wish 𝘿𝙗𝙎 cared about esports more than anything in the world.
That's a candy bar.
It's worth a shot. 𝘿𝙗𝙎, what are you doing?
I'm here for EWC. I love esports.
More than anything in the world? So you can cover STC Arena?
I'm gonna cover it all.
That's great. Well, let's get you over there.
I want a key.
No, you can't have a key. Keys are only for clubs. Yeah, okay. We'll figure out your key.
Great, let's go.
Okay. 𝘿𝙗𝙎, I just want to say you're doing a phenomenal job. Everyone's really excited about your work.
I just love esports so much.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask about getting you a raise because you deserve it.
I don't need a raise. I have my key.
How did you... Can I see that?
Mm-hmm.
𝘿𝙗𝙎, did you take this from somebody?
No. Don't do that! We were having such a nice tournament! Why does it matter? We were having such a nice tournament!
Okay, it's your key. It's your key. Probably would have got crushed anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into that because that is scary. Talking about scary, we had some hot drops that we were talking about with 𝘿𝙗𝙎 versus HORAA. This squads, I mean, the only thing that would suck for those squads is that they're currently on that second page, Max. That's why we're saying we don't want to see any hot drops from those two squads.
Nobody wants to be 𝘿𝙗𝙎 2.0. Okay, sorry. You know
it's
what?
fair.
If you're an 𝘿𝙗𝙎 fan, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start. I'm just memeing at this point. No, but they didn't do the hot drop in their respective group, right? Which was Group A back then, if I'm not mistaken, or the other one, but one of the groups. And they didn't go for it. But the reason why they didn't go for the hot drops, really, the real reason is because the planes were very focused over to the eastern side and the southern side, meaning La Cobreria was not in reach. I want to see a plane, right, Niptura, where it goes and reaches La Cobreria, and we see as a fact that HORAA and 𝘿𝙗𝙎, and hopefully also Chama, that might drop there, will not commit to the fight because, yeah, right now they're not in a good position. They cannot afford to lose points, and I think they're not going to commit to it, but it could get bad.
And for the 𝘿𝙗𝙎, I mean, you don't want to go up against a team that's currently being able to put up even more ilims than you, that usually ends up being more aggressive, like you were talking about in the stance of HORAA.
Yeah, no, again, yeah, if they were doing much better in the last 4 matches, if they had, you know, if they were top 5, top 6, something like that, and they were feeling really good and looking very confident, maybe you could try to contest the drop, right? But the way it stands, honestly, for either of these teams, I don't think either of them should really try and contest this. It really is down to who had it first and up to the other team to kind of figure out where else they want to go, because I'm not confident that either of those teams would win against each other. I think it's a 50-50.
Even if you lose a player, right, it just hurts your potential performances onto Miramar. So yeah, I do think that 𝘿𝙖𝙎, talking to 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄𝙈, right, 7, we had a bit of a chat with them. He's like, you know what, it's not worth it. They had that first hot drop onto, I believe it was Hustler Crew, onto 𝘿𝑎NGLE in their group stage, and like, you know what, it's just not worth it. Let's give it up. And I think that was one of the best changes in this entire tournament, was from 𝘿𝙖𝙎, and I want to see that bleed into Miramar going into today.
Maturity, honestly, from the first time being at a global event, especially in finals, and well, during group stages, it ended up happening. But maturity out of that player for 𝑠power, saying we don't want to continue with the hot drops. We want to stop that. We see that it's going to end up hurting our performance. And 𝘿𝑎CE, I want you to put your mindset into a coach right now, into the biggest hype coach for some of their squads. 𝘿𝙖𝙎 and HORAA, which team are you going to be picking, and what are you going to be telling them if they do decide to hot drop, or if they don't decide to hot drop?
Just get it together, man. No. Look, 𝘿𝙖𝙎, and because, we were just saying 𝑠power, their adaptation to each and every game deserves to get a little bit further, and I just hope that you guys can find that great little key that you need to be able to push through into those final zones and capitalize on those eliminations. They have it in them. You've got it in you, and I believe that you will be able to do that. Obviously, we may need a little bit more time to sort of get that, but I just like the way that this team calculates and puts in a strategy. Might not work out for them, but then they'll try a new strategy that they'll be able to solidify a lot more in this competition. So look, I think they can do it.
Yeah, especially for both teams being in the second page. You want to be able to build up the momentum. We've seen some teams being able to build up momentum and just carry it on throughout the matches. Only 3 days here at PMWC at EWC 26, the finals. We've been sending it to Jackie over and over again. Then I want to see what Hot Jukes and Blank are up to.
Woo! Thank goodness the group stage and the survival stage is done. Now we can finally kick back and save our voices for a little bit.
Playing some pool was a good time. It's been an incredible event so far, honestly, in Paris. Very, very fun. I mean, we're here right now in the Players Lounge, which is honestly ginormous. I think the first place we saw when we came in. I'm trying to hit some trickies right now, but it ain't happening. Also, I just want to let everyone know that I play pool. But I don't really, I play snooker. So this is very different for me.
It's not the same thing, not the same thing at all. Matter of fact, I've never even seen a snooker table in real life. This is the game to play. I thought it was only one singular game.
Yeah, I'm gonna break the rules.
Okay, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I think I'm gonna break the rules in terms of where I'm...
He is looking to take the shot. Will he hit the stripe? Little bounce shot, there we go. Well, you know, we're getting things figured out here. Let's see if I can finally hit one of these things.
Okay. So what have you thought about the tournament so far? I mean, for me, tournament's been great. I've really enjoyed it. It's been insane. There's been some crazy moments. That's a good shot. It's a good shot too. Fourth rows look fantastic. I mean, 𝘿𝙎𝙎, 𝘿𝙖𝙎 coming in over towards that top 5 is just some crazy stuff. Couldn't believe it. I think everyone I've talked to whilst they're being here saying they're having a really good time. Again, everyone's really taken care of here as well. Plenty of stuff that we're taking advantage of as well. Honestly, that's the big thing. Like, we're having actually kind of a pretty damn good time here. All right. Yeah, we got 3 games in. I do watch the other ones, but afterwards I like to come chill here. It's a lovely spot.
This place is stupid, to be honest. It's ridiculous. Dude, by far some of the best food I've ever had at an event ever. And this place really does have it all, dude, right? I mean, like, every game you can imagine. Manicurists on stage, and dude, that lady's insane. Like, I've seen some of the girls walking out of there, and now she's like booked out for 2 weeks, which is wild. But I might even get a haircut in a second. I love it. I love it here.
You're so hyped about you taking the mic back off me as well. Yeah, no, I'm about to get a manicure, dude. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for mine. Yeah. But overall, genuinely, PUBG Mobile is always, I think PUBG Mobile might be the greatest event at EWC. PMWC, EWC, so good. We're biased as hell though about that, but we do get like 2 good weeks out here to enjoy the vibe. You know, it's been in Riyadh quite a few other times, but even there it's been very, very fun coming to Paris. For me, Paris is good because it's a 1-hour flight as opposed to an 18. But I'll still take the 18 to go to Riyadh. Very, very good time. But it does mean I don't have to get a massage while I'm here. My back is not ruined.
Yeah, I'm in the same dang boat. I mean, when I heard that there was massage therapists actually available, I was like, please, please, where are you at? Because my flight was a whole lot longer than that. But yeah, man, so far this has just been a crazy journey. And the survival stage just finished. It was tough leaving the hotel room this morning and seeing like 10 teams go home. But at the end of the day, someone's going to be the champ. And another team is going to be the not champs. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just watching. I saw him shoot 2 different color balls. He really does play snooker here, folks. And that was close. That was close. I like it.
Look, I'm just hitting balls in holes right now, okay? I'm playing the equivalent of golf, just with a long stick. I hope that's fine with you, dude. I don't know the rules. Tell me the rules. Right? That's fine. I got you, bro. Yeah, I heard you like stop. I heard you stop. You kind of confused what was going on. That's fine. Yeah. So you're solids, I'm stripes. Is that how that works? Or the numbers? I just know. I just go for colors. That's where I'm from. It's just colors. It's so much easier. Black goes in last. Boom. It's easy. That's all I need. So I'm stripes. Okay.
Okay, he's locked in now. Okay. But what's one thing that you really need to make sure whenever you're playing any game is understanding the rules, right? But even if you don't understand the rules, sometimes you just send it, baby, right? You just put it in the work and you might come out on top. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? This guy is, I like it though. You know what I'm saying? That's how you make the plays, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, sometimes you help other teams. That's kind of rough. Okay, I respect it. Sometimes you gotta make some difficult shots in your life. I trust you. It's a long reach. It was close though. It was that. I thought you were gonna really ruin that. I thought you ruined that. Right, like tell me something. 4 thrives. Overrated or not?
Hell no, dude. 4 thrives is insane. I mean, they are coming in champions of PMGO Season 1. I didn't think we were going to see a Pakistani team be our champs, not this soon. And this guy's giving me a chance. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully, we'll see 4 thrives try to give some of these guys a chance, because in Group A, these guys look like they were unstoppable.
They look really good. I mean, they were beat out points-wise by Vitality. But Vitality... It was ridiculous. You're right. It was ridiculous. It was a good time though watching them play. Big return to form for Indonesia. It's not been like this in such a long time. Oh, almost. But yeah, big return for Indonesia. It like feels like the spiritual successors right now to BTR back in the day, but there's no BTR pranks happening. No jokes. Just gameplay.
Just gameplay indeed. The whole Vitality Day was absolutely insane. I just kept on talking to some of these dudes backstage, and I was like, guys, what do you think about Vitality's performance? And all I heard was what the, and it was like filled in by any word you could possibly imagine. That's what I'm talking about. That was good. That was good. I like it. Purposeful shots here. Let's see how this one goes for Blank. Side pocket. Oh, just barely off the edge. But you know what, dude? That's the one thing I love about PUBG Mobile. Sometimes you get put in some beautiful situations, but the best teams always find themselves a way out.
I mean, HAL is a good example of that. They got themselves in a real good situation. I mean, top team Tiamba going for the crown, and honestly, they completely flubbed it. That was a lovely shot, by the way, dude. Well played. Winning up against Tiamba in that last game, survival stage. They're given all the chance to the world versus Nongshim Red Force, but Nongshim, I would say they're one of the teams looking to continue on. And I don't think AGL had it in them this year, but Tiamba just had a massive turnaround. But these things happen. Some mistakes happen. Oh, dude, I forgot that you're like right at the finish line. I've got like some more steps to go.
You got it. But hey, you know what? That's what it's all about. You just take things one step at a time. No matter what kind of situation you put in, you got to just figure things out and make it happen. Yeah. Take another one. Sometimes you got to take a mulligan. Little combination shot.
I tried.
I like it. I like it.
I've made it easy for you, though. I've lined you up. You're lined up. You're ready to go. Look, I've created a runway for you. Look. Say, you come down here. You go in this back pocket. Yeah. I've got the lights. I've got the lights. I'm guiding you home, dude. I'm guiding you home. Oh! Okay, that was a real. The lights, they guided him home. It was good to see. Let's hope that some of these teams can get themselves guided home to a victory at the end of PMWC here at EWC. Thanks for watching. My name's Blank, and this right here is
HORAA.
Catch you guys later.
This is probably my best acting performance ever. Man, it's gonna be a crazy finals.
I think so. Any favorites that you want to call out?
I mean, we got 4 Thrives who from Pakistan. They won PMGO season 1. They're a huge favorite. Team Vitality, dude, had like, they had the craziest group stage performance I've ever seen. Godlike. Yeah, we got OG. Yeah, they're insane. Dude, anybody could really do this, you know what I'm saying? Team Furia is a huge favorite of mine. They qualified in through survival stage, but it's one of those things where like, I feel like this year we're gonna see a team nobody expected win the whole thing.
Okay.
Which should be fun to see.
All right. $5. Who is it?
Who could it be, dude? It's gonna be so wild of a pick. Honestly, if 4 Thrives wins this, it'll be like the nuttiest thing ever.
Yep.
It would be crazy.
What do they got to do to win? Get a little lucky, obviously. But what else? What can they do to set themselves up?
That's the biggest thing, right? Like PUBG Mobile is a game. It's such a team game that even if you don't get those lucky circles, you got to put up consistent points no matter what. You know, I mean, and if you don't, and get a little, just even the slightest bit lazy, you're going home. You know, like one of my personal favorite teams, because they were NA team, was the Wolves. They made just the tiniest little car mistake. They end up losing and went home by 1 point.
Wow.
And
the margins here are insane.
And if you look back at the videos, like there was one play where one of the players accidentally just drove into a wall, and they ended up getting pretty much flushed because of it. And you just think like if just any little tiny mistake was avoided, they could have got that extra point and went to the finals.
But don't you have to risk it to get the biscuit?
You gotta risk it, dude. Sometimes the wall looks too juicy. There's those coin flip decisions, dude, right? And you can go left, and if it works out, you're a genius, you know? And if it doesn't, you're like an idiot. So like, I think it's just avoiding as many of those coin flips as possible. But if you do have to make those coin flips, you gotta have enough trust in your team to like, for them to just send it completely.
Right.
Yeah. They're doing great.
I can hear it.
The casting has been so tough. So hard.
Okay, try that out.
Oh, man. This is officially my favorite part of Paris.
A little bit to the right.
7, we're live.
That's the left. God damn it.
Not again. Thanks, Max. That was actually a pretty good massage. That was nice. HORAA enjoying massages out there, being able to play pool, being able to do a bunch of stuff as well. But for some of these other squads, I mean, Natura, I know you've been wanting to talk about S2G.
Yeah. They were cruising very nicely on like one game with those hovercrafts, which I'm still very impressed with. I think the momentum, they saw their opportunity and they took it. They absolutely ran with those things. Really, really nice to see. However, and this is what gives me a little bit of an issue here, is it's because of the hovercraft that they gained that momentum, and then in the next couple of games we've not seen the same come from them. So for me, that feels like that ends up being a little bit of a fluke, which I really hope that that is not the case, that we do see them come back in a more normal way and still have that same kind of momentum, because that's what you really want. You can still get that same speed with those vehicles, it's just not the tankiness of a hovercraft, but you can still do it. It's still very doable. So I'm really hoping that actually they'll be able to do something else that doesn't include a hovercraft.
Would be nice. I mean, actually, if you're looking at the overall rankings, right, their position, actually, I mean, production, 10 out of 10 stuff. Actually, no, they're on the second page, but S2G, they got that one chicken dinner with a hovercraft, as you already stated here, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄, but they only have 10 placement points, meaning, and I always love to say this point, which is you take that chicken dinner away, what do you really have? And you can really only judge a team on their bad games. Do you still get 1 or 2 points only, or you're a team that on your bad games you get 3, 4, 5 points, a few placement points, sprinkled in with a few eliminations? That is the mark of a great team that generally right now, I would say that Team Jamba, I mean, actually look at their 37 points, right? You take away their placements, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘼𝙄, they would still be in, what is that, 4th place? Insane stuff from this team in day one.
It's so good.
S2G, you take away that win, they would have 0 placement points. So going along the lines of what you were talking about, got a chance to talk about 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 Red Force. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙾 Red Force, just black and white, honestly. I know we keep talking about this team, Max. Black and white in regards to what we saw during groups, during survival as well for this squad. We were talking about how they would end up getting so many placement points, but they just weren't being aggressive. This time they're like, okay, we hear you. How about we just flip it upside down and we end up being more aggressive and end up getting only 1 placement point after 4 matches.
This is not the 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 Red Force that were crowned your PMMI 2026 champions. I'm just going to be brutally honest right now. They look like a shadow of their past selves. We know they can do so much more, and I mentioned it earlier, right, is that especially they got caught on their rotation on that previous game, which was a while ago now, by actually decided 4 thrives outside Potato Hill, and they just didn't have a plan B. They just didn't know how to catch up. And actually, a team that, in my opinion, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 is a great team when it comes to getting a second, like, plan B, plan C, the entire alphabet, right, is Jamba, in my opinion, because looking back at that Rondo, they were getting chased with 𝘿𝙄𝙎, that recall player, outside in Tinglong Garden, and man, they booked it because they're like, if we lose that solo player, our game is done. 𝘿𝙄𝙎, literally, by doing so, saved the game. I would love to see a similar kind of mindset and approach to the game from 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 Red Force, and even maybe Team Flash.
Yeah, no, because I think if 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 played the way Tiamba are doing, they would be so scary, right? Going back to our previous point of the Smash ruling, right? I watched the last game of PMMI, where 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 Red Force won by Smash, right? I watched that game on my couch in my living room, and I was still scared. I was scared and I wasn't even playing because that team, they knew what they had to do, and rather than fall underneath the pressure of like so many other teams do, quite rightly, this team knew exactly how to play this. It was like they weren't worried at all. They were like, yeah, we just have to get a win. That's all we got to do, and easy peasy. So for me, if this team can just move forward, step up, get that momentum going over the next day, basically, then what we could see is a team in the Smash point, and then good luck to everybody else, because that team is insane.
Talking about other teams, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾, you want to say something?
I just want to say I agree, because like the fact that they could have those placement points early on, and the fact that there was one scenario where they absolutely just steamrolled Furia. If they just can add that together, I just had to add on that that I agree that they would be scary as heck.
A team that could be scary as heck as well are the reigning champions of PMGO, and it's none other than 4 thrives. 4 thrives, I mean, currently being able to outperform what 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 Red Force is doing. Average placement, the exact same. I would love to see 4 thrives player stats, though, because for this, I want to see who's currently performing, who's currently not performing. We saw who's Sci-Fi earlier on being able to clutch it up for the squad, and I feel like he's currently being the standout player when we usually end up seeing 𝘿𝙗𝑎.
Yeah, I mean, there was even a scenario where they were sort of bunkering in a building, and it just looks like their communication is not as tight as we're used to seeing. So yeah, if we bring up like player stats behind it, it looks like they're sort of just feeding and funneling into these, I guess, fights one by one, which is obviously catching them out. And generally, they will have sort of like a nice little split hold strategic way of actually pushing a team into the position that they want them to be able to take them out. So I think it was this spot actually here where, you know, they were sort of bursting, and it just was a little bit miscalculated Still a great sort of, I guess, push from them, but it just isn't as fast-paced as for Thrives when we used to see.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. And also, we kind of saw that when you were pointing it out. Max, the one we saw where 4 Thrives just decided to coexist with HORAA Esports, it ended up hurting them in a big way because we saw, who was it? No Fear that ended up actually clutching up that 1 versus 2. For 4 Thrives, I would have loved to see them being a little bit more aggressive, making them back off and not just waiting the longest time when they actually have to just fight. Usually we tend to see 4 Thrives being a little bit more aggressive as we're looking at the player stats, and it's actually Falak still putting up the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he had some crazy good grenades, but actually, I wouldn't fully agree about them being more aggressive. I feel like they're aggressive enough, especially in the early game, right? They love to do it. They were going for it in Pochinki. They even were chasing down Longsham Red Force at some point, clearing out the entirety of Team Flash. I feel like the issue is sometimes they linger too long on their splits, like that a 2-2 split inside Fairy Pit, which I liked it. But then you saw Sleepy from HORAA, and Sleepy is a very sleepy, sneaky man, okay? He spots you with a mini 14 or even like ARs that pretty much are just, long-range AR snipers. And he's just gonna tear you down. He did that on Falak. They were able to get the reset, but it really goes to show that a split like that, if you're holding on for too long, you are going to be showing a bit of a kink in your armor. I'm not really too scared for 4 Thrives. I feel like they're a team that don't really have a big ego. They're willing to change and iterate when they need to do so. So I feel like it's fine, but it's definitely been a rougher opening day than maybe a lot of people were expecting.
No, I do agree that they're not in the woods yet, right?
No, it's fine.
They're not in the woods. They're okay for now, but yeah, it's just that I know the other teams are going to start really playing a lot harder and a lot faster in the second day, and so for them in particular, they really need a good first day, and so far we just haven't had that from them. I kind of agree with both of you, right? Where you're like, they need to be more aggressive. Max says they don't. I think they need to be more aggressive in their momentum, right? Not in getting the not in getting the fights, right? But they need to be snappy. We're not seeing this team be snappy in their rotations. They're not being snappy in their pushes. Their splits are very slow. Yes. They need to slay those rotations. No, I'm sorry.
They do. I agree.
They do.
They actually do.
They really do. They need to be really like Nigma Galaxy that we've seen. Like, who else have we seen? EA have been very quick. If a player gets knocked, they are all over it immediately. They're very, very good. 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾 as well, quick, being very speedy with those pushes out for info to make sure that nobody comes in behind them. Stuff like that I want to see from 4 Thrives. We saw it in the group stage. It worked very well for them. And just now they're starting to be very indecisive, and I kind of feel like they don't know what's going wrong.
Just their pacing's off.
Their pacing is off. You're indecisive. Trust your gut. Go with it as a group, not one-on-one. Just go with it. Just do it. Just do it.
Just survive once again. But for this team, it's spot on. You were talking about the 2-2 splits. I felt like that 2-2 split took a little bit too long. They should have bring it up together, and that's why I wasn't really happy with how long they decided to coexist with HORAA. And talking about that too, they've been aggressive when they need to, but I want to see the 4 Thrives that we ended up seeing at PMGO. For everybody that's been watching EWC, you know that the club championship is currently at stake. So why not listen to our amazing reporter that's been keeping track of everything going on with the club championship, Glitter Explosion.
SCC Arena to check in with Ginny about what's going on over here, what's going on with CC and the fans, really.
It's a really good time right now. This is our second game where we have the French crowd absolutely cheering out of their minds. Starting off today, Gentlemaids had their game, which was in that lower bracket, and they needed to win in order to be CC eligible, which now they are because they ended up in the top 8.
Okay.
Same thing for KC. They were second on the second game that we had here in the SCC Arena way back when EWC has just started. So they need another top 8 finish. If they win this game, they'll make it happen. But same old, Vitality Falcons already qualified.
Of course.
And Twisted Minds playing later today.
All right, so then that means we've got way more competition still coming up around the corner, and it could be massive for our leaderboard at the end of it all. Of course, we'll check back in as we have more information.
Hello everyone, Jackie Powers and Blank here. We're amongst it right now, Blank, and we're going to be recapping some of what we've seen today. Obviously, day 1 of finals for PMWC. We've had 3 games played, all with a very different sort of aura to them, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a good day today. Tiamba's done very, very well so far. Ulf been able to get that win over on match 4, I believe it was, which is very cool to see, because I really like Ulf as a team. Fortunately, it has been a bit of a rocky start for them. Their star player, Eren, hasn't really been stepping up to the plate as much as I might have liked him to. But Scarface, though, he was doing great.
Yeah, Scarface came out swinging. Obviously talking to some of the fans as well earlier today.
Oh, really?
A lot of love, mate. You can see everyone's very excited. They're actually quite a big representation of the old fandom here.
Yeah.
So that's been kind of cool, getting a different vibe on it. I don't know, it feels like, you got a lot of Godlike fans, very loud, very energetic for them.
Oh, yeah.
But the old fans are there. It just feels like they've been a bit more reserved. They're kind of waiting. They were saying, we know they're going to do well. We'll just wait until they pop off.
We're ramping.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just ramping. We're just ramping it. I do think the loudest fans today, though, of all of them, have been Enigma Galaxy fans.
True.
They have come out in force. I was surprised by that, but it's good to see them here. They're all giving them a lot of love, which they deserve right now. Coops is doing fantastic.
Yeah.
I think Ralph's also playing a damn good game. I mean, on that match we watched, I think it was match 2, where he came out with the M249. Great shots over towards Ida. Ida in the bin, by the way, absolutely.
I think that one's a cut storyline already. Like, they're just basically throwing themselves at Enigma Galaxy. I think 3 of us at this point from the team here, the talent team, who spoke to Ralph and asked him similar questions.
Yeah.
And when I asked him about it, you could see that look in his eye where he's just like, I don't know why they're doing it, but it's giving us points and we're going to take it. But you're spot on, mate. Enigma as a team, they've looked great. And honestly, you're right. The fans have been bigging them up and saying, look, I'm pretty confident we're going to win this one.
Yeah.
He also said himself, I think we're in a good spot. Comms are good. I reckon we can win this year's PMWC.
Yeah. You think it's a bit amazing as well, because Coops said it before, he's dodged quite a few events so far with the team. And you really do want to see Coops with the squad. And now they're all together. It does feel like they're a well-oiled squad despite that. So you imagine there's been a lot of scrimming going on in the background, making sure he's been part of the team even when he's not been at events to ensure it's happened. But Coops has just had these awesome moments so far, alongside with Lord a lot, which is great to see. But I will say, one of the teams I've been sort of astonished about, let's put it that way, is Flash. Because we had some really nice moments with Flash, but match 3 today, they're able to get the win. Zeus with the unbelievable quick switch over towards Novia. That was fantastic. But again, I wanted to ask you about it because they are the rookie upstarts. When they came through, they qualified to some massive events. Some of them by playing behind a random loot crate out in the open on Miramar. It's so fun to see a team like this, but they were down on your luck. And I mean, my question to you really, throughout all your years in esports, is like, for a team to do so well as a rookie squad, do they tend to have that downtrend, do you think, before they come back up again?
You know, I think if anything, it's kind of generally a bit easier in most other games. It seems kind of harder in PUBG Mobile because it's very intimate in the way the teams look into each other. They're always researching, always prepping. So even if you are an underdog or a little bit more unknown, someone knows your drop, someone knows your playstyle, they know what weapons you use, they know the way you approach the game. It feels like it's harder to counter. But that was always my theory. Of a team like that, I think if they do start to hit that form, you could go really far, because maybe a few players aren't suspecting the best play from you at times. You can pull it out the bag. Max was saying they'll do well. I think they could have been a little bit better in the early groups. I think now, though, they keep it up with the shots we've seen. Mechanically, they could go really far this finals.
Yeah, they're looking, because it's very mirroring the fact of like Tiamba, where you're making these quick snap decisions on the fly. And I think a team like them has certainly come into this with bit more of a lackadaisical attitude of just, we've just got to get in there, we've got to make it happen. Funnily enough, it was like, I actually was getting my manicure done at the same time
Show him off, there you go.
Show him off,
there
these are cool. At the same time as Kamikaze was getting his haircut.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
And he came and he was asking me, who do you think's going to win? And I was like, well, from what we've seen so far, 4 Thrives looks pretty good. Vitality looks really good as well.
Safe bets. Safe
bets, you know. Didn't want to put it all on the table. And he just went, we're going to win. And I was like, right. But his explanation was quite cool, though.
Yeah.
He said that we came in groups, we just did not care. Well, they thought that the pressure would get to a lot of teams, which it has.
Yeah, definitely has. There's been too much respect. I think we said this on the card.
Oh my God,
like,
yes.
During groups, teams were scared to kind of make some big plays out of like, oh God, what if we don't make it? We have to go to survival. End of the day, mate, survival's the safety net.
Yeah.
If you're struggling, you kind of weirdly want to be there, because then you can reset and come out better when we're in finals. And I think they're a team that proved, you know what, we'll just play our own game, give it. The fans are loving it. They looked kind of sick with how they've been playing today as well. And Kamikaze's like absolutely ridiculous with the plays he makes, but he can back it up. So fair play.
He can, yeah. I mean, then he was just in full Zen mode, getting his quick fade, but which was cool to see. But again, I think for kamikaze, doing really good on the team. He played a long while back actually on a fair few squads. He'd always been like subbing in and out for S2G. It's finally they believe in him now to really make those moments happen. And he is, because he was sort of the new kid on the block, because you had your Solaces, you had your Silas, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾, Ketch back in the day, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝘾𝙇𝘍, and then he would be like filling in here and there. But I think this must be a great moment for him, having such a fantastic time on the main stage. But yeah, I think S2G is doing well. ŭlf, on the other hand, there's still a little bit more to go.
They're ramping.
They are ramping. They are ramping. But it is funny to me because there is some big Turkish rivalry between those teams. It's not brotherly love between those two squads.
No, like organization-wise, you can see everyone's firmly in their own corner of we want this team to win. Yeah. It's kind of fun. It makes it a bit more exciting where it's like, no, I love my team, my players. I think that's cool. I did also like the throw it in there. We had the pop-off moment with Ralph earlier.
Oh, bro.
The fans loved it. You could see we loved it. It was like, dude, this is what I want to see. There's a lot of personality in PUBG Mobile. And I think PMWC seems like one of the better events for it, where people get into that mindset of like, we are superstars. And they absolutely are. Best of the best in the game, biggest stages, most lights on them, and they're living up to it. $3 million prize pool. You got to bring your best. So we'll find out how it goes here in the finals.
के गर्ने केटा हो आज गेम क्यान्सल भयो जस्तो छ PMJC को दुईटा गेमहरु हुँदैन जस्तो छ सो हामी चाहिँ अब आफ्नो गेमतिर लाग्छौं हैन यो जस्तो छ ठीक छ राम्रो छ PMGC को गेमहरु चाहिँ आई थिंक सो हुँदैन आज त्यसैले चाहिँ अब हामी आफ्नो गेमतिर लाग्छौं सरी फर दैट वन आज केटाहरुले पनि राम्रोसँग गेम खेल्न